Ukraine's capital city of Kyiv. We just showed you Kharkiv. Let's show you once again what's happening in Kyiv, the third city that's under Russian attack. Ukrainian officials have reported a powerful explosion in Kyiv between the southern railway station and the Ibis Hotel, an area near Ukraine's defense ministry. Several large explosions have been reported in the capital overnight. An air raid siren has been sounded in Kyiv a short while ago, with residents being asked to rush to their nearest shelters. Here's how the Ukrainian capital looks today. A ghost town, once a bustling city. Take a look.
I want to show our viewers those white sandbags there. Those are the sandbags which have been placed behind the wall to use as a firing position in case any enemy movement takes place on that road coming from top to down below there. Then I want to show this guarded by this military personnel. This yellow thing, this is yellow concrete which will be used to make an effective anti-tank obstacle on this road. Now we can't see it completely because of this white van in between, but we can still see a lot of concrete lying there behind these military personnel and on the road there. Then we have these obstacles. These have been placed on the road as well, and if you see, some of the remaining ones are there, which will be again put on the road to totally block this road and to make sure that this road is not being used by the vehicles of invading Russian army or for the tanks, even for the tanks. You see there, these lifts are working since morning and they're placing more and more concrete blocks picking up from these trucks onto the road in order to effectively deny this road if need be. Same is the case there, if you see. There's another lift working there and placing these concrete blocks over there. This work is also going on since morning, and that is also to make sure that even if one obstacle is breached, the invading army has to wait longer to make sure to remove these blocks and to deny this road to the enemy in case of a war, in case the Russian forces reach till the center of Ukraine. Look there is another obstacle placed there. So there is a series of obstacles put on this main arterial road of Kyiv city. This is the city center. This is the center of Kyiv. This is the city center here. And this is the situation here as of now in the morning. Work going on full swing to make as many obstacles as possible to deny it to the enemy. This is Rajesh Pawar for India Today from center of Kyiv city.
Now, as Russian shelling intensifies in certain outlying areas near Kyiv, the capital city, pregnant women and newborn babies have been shifted to the underground basements in a hospital in Kyiv. Our next report tells you more. And remember, this is what Kyiv looked like before the invasion began, and this is that TV tower after it was bombed a couple of days ago.
This is the cellar of a hospital in the Ukrainian capital, and it's what a maternity ward now looks like in Kyiv while the city is under attack by Russian forces.
I woke up on 24th of February at 5 o'clock in the morning from the heat that I heard, the explosion, and then I heard women started to cry and scream. The war started.
Alina Shankar is 32 weeks pregnant with her first child. She was admitted to one of Kyiv's maternity hospitals 2 weeks ago because of pregnancy complications. A week later, bombs and artillery began to fall.
And I couldn't believe. I thought it's some nightmare. But this is what it is. This is how we're living.
Amid the nightmare, new life. A mother who said her name was Yula delivered her son Mark on Sunday night.
I came here on the first day of the war because I was pregnant, and 28 February I had my son. His name is Mark, with C. And we are in safe here. The best personnel, the best staff in the world works here, and we are very proud of them.
Dmytro Govseyev is the head of the maternity hospital. He said his staff now basically live here alongside their patients.
Most of our team have not left the building since February 24th. About 70% of staff stay here permanently. We take turns at work.
Russia's invasion is increasingly bloody and without an end anywhere in sight. That hasn't stopped some here from hoping for a brighter future.
Hopefully this one will see peace.
And on day 8 of Putin's invasion, he appears to have met the beginnings of his objectives, taking control of this war-torn country. Kherson, on the south of the country, it's a Black Sea port, commercial hub as well, has reportedly fallen to Russian hands. The Ukrainians say no, it's still with Ukraine, but the Russian Defense Ministry say that they control their first big city on day 8. Take a look.
Gunfire, explosions, bombardments, incessant rain of missiles and rockets. And southern port city of Kherson falls after 8 days. Russia's first major gain after it launched Mission Siege Ukraine. The rampage on Kherson has given Russia a tragic advantage in the region. Kherson, with a population of 2.5 lakh, is strategically located where Dnipro River flows into the Black Sea. Kherson will prove to be an advantage for Russian forces to lay siege on eastern Ukraine.
Russian armed forces have taken the city of Kherson under total control. Civilian infrastructure, critical infrastructure, and public transport work as usual. There is no shortage of groceries or staple goods.
Russian troops took control of strategic buildings after capturing Kherson and was in talks with local authorities to maintain law and order in the city and avoid civilian aggression. With Kherson falling, Russia is now putting its focus on big cities of Kyiv, Kharkiv and Mariupol. Russia has breached one fortress. Will more follow? Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, after nukes and all the nuclear saber rattling that Vladimir Putin and Russia have been doing, the country has also put its S-400 missile systems, one of the world's most advanced air defense missile systems, on service alert. The Triumph system, which, remember, India has also acquired from Russia, has started practicing combat training tasks in one part of Siberia. The S-400 has the capability to protect against almost all sorts of air attacks, including drones, slow-moving missiles, rockets and fighter jets. It's considered one of the most advanced and potent air defense systems in the world. Abhishek Balla brings you this exclusive after his news break earlier today.
Triumph S-400 in action. One of Russia's most potent weapons, carrying out training exercises amid the Ukraine invasion, is a stern message. Even though the drills take place in Serbia, thousands of kilometers away from where the fighting is happening, this is a show of strength in case of an escalation from NATO countries. This is Russia's muscle flexing. News reports from Russia said that the long-range surface-to-air anti-aircraft missile systems are in a combat training mode. The S-400 is a mobile long-range surface-to-air missile system which is considered one of the most lethal in the world. It can take down multiple targets up to a range of 400 kilometers. Be it fighter jets, bombers, cruise and ballistic missiles or drones. With 4 different kinds of missiles, it has beyond visual range capabilities. It can engage multiple targets that include tracking of 160 objects in a 600 kilometers range and hit 72 targets up to 400 kilometers. The 4 different missiles have varied capabilities. Short range, 40 kilometers. Medium range, 120 kilometers, long range 180 kilometers, and very long range 400 kilometers. The S-400 is the upgraded version of the S-300 and S-200 Triumph. Russia was looking at inducting 56 of these by 2020. China and Turkey are also among the nations that China has provided this potent weapon system to. The next version, S-500, can target ballistic missiles 600 kilometers away. India has also purchased S-400 system from Russia despite US pressure of sanctions. The delivery of the first unit has already taken place and it has been deployed along the Western Front in the Punjab sector. Russia has made it clear that the war in Ukraine and sanctions on Moscow will not impact the deliveries to India.
Don't foresee any obstacles as regards the supplies of S-400 to India. We have the mechanisms and routes to continue with this deal unobstructedly.
4 more units are to be delivered, with 1 unit expected every 6 months. With Abhishek Bhalla, Bureau Report, India Today.